Hey guys, it's me and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how to make 8 different DIY rabbit toys out of household items like hay, cardboard, and a bunch of other stuff. This big shout out goes to Never Ending Animals. So let's get on to the video. Okay, so here are all of the materials. We have hay, it's Timothy hay, pine cones, some rotten balls, scissors and string, herbs and treats, and then some cardboard in this bucket. Alright, so for the first toy, you're going to need a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll, and then you're just gonna fold it in half like this. And then once you're done that, you can cut a little triangle shapes on the sides of the fold. And then when you open it up, it's kind of like a diamond shaped hole. And you can keep doing that along the fold as many times as you want. And then when you are done, it should look something like this. So now that there are a bunch of holes, you can just stick some hay into the tube, and then your rabbit will use the holes to like kind of get the hay out of it. You can also mix herbs into the hay, which just gives your rabbit more enrichment. And so that's what I'm going to be doing, but it's optional. You can also add herbs into it, which will just give your rabbit more enrichment, or you can add some treats, and those are both optional, but I'm going to add both. And when it's done, it should look like this. Alright, so for the next toy, you're going to need some thick corrugated cardboard. I got mine from my IKEA Detolf because IKEA's cardboard is really thick. So just take some of that and then you can cut a piece off of it. And then once it is the size that you want, you can take some scissors and stab holes into the cardboard. And then you can stick your finger in those holes to make them a little bit bigger. And then once you got a bunch of holes, you can fill it with herbs and treats. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. So for the next toy, you're going to need another cardboard roll of some sort, and you're going to fold it in half once again. And then you're going to cut it into strips like this. Once you're done cutting, you should be left with some little rings like this. And then you're just going to take them and kind of like cross them over each other, if that makes sense. It will kind of form a circular shape, and you might have some extras. And then you kind of push the edges together so it forms a cardboard ball, and you can stick whatever you want in there, treats, herbs, or hay. And then when it's done, it should look like this. Okay, so for this next toy, you will need some rotten balls, and I just got mine from the Dollar Tree. This toy is very simple. You just have to take one and then stick some treats or herbs in there. This is what mine looks like. You can do this to a bunch of them and then just attach them to a string. I have done that before and my rabbit chewed them to death pretty much. For this next toy, you will need a pine cone. And this toy is also very simple. You can tie it to a string if you would like, or you can just keep it as it is. But basically, just take the pine cone and sprinkle herbs in it. And you can also stick like treats in there as well, because the little seeds or whatever they are hold treats very well. And my rabbit also goes crazy for this one, so I very much recommend, since a lot of people will have pine cones in their yard. All of these toys are relatively easy to make, but this one is probably the easiest because all you need is a cardboard roll and some scissors, and the only thing you have to do really is just cut in kind of like a spiral pattern, and you just cut up the whole thing until it is one long strip of spiral. My hand got pretty tired after cutting this one, but when I was finally finished, I was left with this kind of like strip or string, and my rabbit absolutely loves chewing it. You can also dangle it from a higher surface so that your rabbit can like chew it in the air. This next one is about as easy as the last one. All you need is a cardboard tube again and some scissors. And then what you're going to do is just cut along the edge of it so that it makes these frill type things. And you just keep cutting until the whole rim is filled with frills. And then you can just do the same exact thing to the other side. Once both of the sides are cut, you can kind of like flatten them out like this so that you're left with a dumbbell kind of shape. And that is your toy. My rabbit loves tossing this one around. For this next toy, you're going to need a piece of thin cardboard, or any kind of cardboard, but thin works better because you're going to do a lot of cutting. I don't know where I got this, I just found it in Marshmallow's stash. But basically you just cut a bunch of tiny little shapes, and then you can just string them onto a string. So it's like just a beaded thing, I guess. I was going to use this needle to poke holes through my cardboard pieces, but I just found that scissors worked a bit better to thread them through the string because the needle holes were like very small. Also, I'm sorry if there is noise in the background. As I'm doing this voiceover, Marshmallow is chewing on his cardboard box, so that is why you might hear some noise. Once you're done poking holes into your pieces, you can thread them through string as if they were beads. Twine is recommended, but if you're going to use a string that is not twine like I am, just monitor your rabbit while they are using this toy because they can accidentally choke on it, so I wouldn't give it to them when you're not around. So once you are done, it should look something like this. Mine is pretty short, but if you have the time to cut up a bunch of cardboard pieces and then poke holes into them, then you could definitely make yours a lot longer than mine. And you can also just tie the ends together so that the cardboard does not fall off of the string. Here is what all of the toys look like together now, and it is time to see Marshmallow's reaction to them. But anyways guys, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe learned some new toy ideas. Thank you so much to Never Ending Animals again for this week's video suggestion. Make sure to click the link in the description if you want a shout out next. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!